The beautiful thing about growing your own food is that you can just make homemade dishes. So tonight I'm going to try a Italian peasant's meal. Now I am Italian, but I'm American Italian, and all my relatives from Italy are now long gone and past. And so I'm going to do this recipe actually from instinct. I'm going to see if I'm like really Italian. All right, so let's get to the garden over here. Let's pick some beans, some fresh beans. We're going to pick some fresh basil or basil. And yeah, and what else are we going to do? I have no tomatoes, unfortunately, so we're going to have to use jarred tomatoes, which sucks. We got the oregano. Yeah, we got plenty of oregano. And let's get to the beans. Oh, my tomatoes. Yeah, you see? They're babies. All right. So we're going to start cutting beans, and I'll be back. There's nothing like a fresh garden-picked bean. All right, they still even have flowers on them. All right, next we're going to get the basil. So I had two different varieties. I have sweet basil, which is the Genovese style basil. And then I have the large leaf basil. I'm going to actually use both of them. All right, so we got our two types of basil. We got the large leaf and the sweet. And then we got a whole entire basket full of beans. Now this is pasta for one, but it looks like it's pasta for two. But if I have any leftovers, yeah, there's no problem. Now I highly recommend you get one of these. And it's like a salad spinner. I got mine before Bed Bath & Beyond went bankrupt. And I don't even know the brand. I think it's OXO or OXO. So what you want to do is you want to take your vegetables that you get from the garden, even, I'm not kidding you, the grocery store, because there's a lot of pesticides. Now, I don't use pesticides on any of my stuff. And then you want to fill it with fresh, clean water. Place your basket inside. All right? And then you're going to see a lot of dirt, including bugs. Even the ones in the grocery store that you buy, they will have bugs, I will guarantee you. And so you just want to swish it around like it's a washing machine. All the flowers on the beans are going to start to float up. All the dirt from the soil and bugs. You don't want bugs. And you're just going to keep swishing around. Look at all the stuff floating in this water. So you're going to keep swishing around. And then you're going to lift the basket up. Now you're cleaning your vegetables without chemicals. Then you want to lift the basket up. And then what's left is going to be shiz floating around in the water. Dirt, filth, and what have you. And then you just want to dump this out and do it again. Okay, so when you really rinse everything off well, you're going to want to get the water out. Now, I will tell you, beans are like Velcro. It is very hard to get the stuff that's stuck to the beans, like the little flower petals, off of them. So you might even have to rinse them with the hose in your sink, even though you did this. All right, so you want to put your lid on. And this is the greatest thing ever. Otherwise, you're going to wait forever for everything to just completely dry off. And so you're just going to keep pressing this. And you can see everything is spinning around, right? You're going to try to get as much water as you can off of this. And just keep pumping. Keep pumping. Keep pumping. And you can see everything spinning. Look at that. All right, you ready? All right, I just want to slow it down for 1 second so it has a break. All right, and so you're going to lift up your stuff and you're going to see how much water, look at all that water. And you're going to keep doing this a couple of times. So everything will still be damp. And some people like snap the beans on the ends. I don't do that. What I do is I just take my scissor and I just clip the top ends of the bean. And I put the whole entire bean into my food. And so I'll give you an example. If I can do this with one hand and film with the other. I just snap one end of the bean off and I leave the rest of it intact. Now you have to do it with all. And with the oregano, okay, the oregano, what you're going to do is you're going to take the end, the thickest ends of the stem, and when you're ready, don't do this yet. So after you wash it, and don't actually do this first and dump it in your basket and then wash it, because it'll get through the little holes in the colander. So what you're going to do is take your oregano after it's all washed, when you're about to use it, not right now. You're going to take your fingernail and you're just going to go like press down really hard with both fingernails on the stem and just push as hard as you can towards the top of the stem, and all the little leaves of the oregano will come off and go in your sauce or whatever you're actually cooking. All right, so I'm going to sit here for about it's going to take me a good 15 minutes to snap off the ends of each bean with the scissor. And with your basil, you do not want to have, I'm going to show you something. Do not throw your basil in and it's like that. You see the little stem on the end? You'll be eating your food and you'll actually taste the stem and it'll be nasty. So I have to like take the edges off of the basil. Also, I'll be back. So to dry it further, when you're snipping off your beans, do it on a paper towel. So I just put my ends like in the corner, and at the end I just scoop them up and throw them out. And so you're going to just take your beans and then snip the edges of each one and just do it in a certain spot. Oops. Okay, yeah, we have a blooper. There we go. Just do it in a certain spot. So all those little ends go in one spot. There you go. And you just keep doing this. Now, in Naples, where my family's originally from, they are very poor. It's a very poor place in Italy. And so what they do is they just make meals, especially with pasta, with whatever they have laying around. So it's pretty much like a stew in a way. I'm trying to make a pasta dish. I'm going to use penne pasta. But this is more like a stew, like an Italian peasant stew. So you just throw whatever you have into it and just make it the way you want it. Okay, so if you don't have one of these salad spinner things, do not panic. Just get a bowl and fill it up with water. Just swish this stuff around, put your hand, press everything down, and dump it, or throw it in a colander. And just keep doing it over and over. Lay everything out on a paper towel for a few minutes. Everything should start to dry. You can see the paper towel will start getting wet. We got our fresh, 2 different kinds of basil. We have our beans, and I cut the ends off both, washed and cleaned them, and our fresh oregano from the garden. I will tell you, this is the most amazing smell. I mean, the most amazing smell with the fresh herbs and the fresh beans. The smell is actually getting me hungry. It smells great. All right, so what you want to do now is you want to take your beans now. I'm not a cooking expert. I'm doing this by, remember, instinct. I want to see if my ancestors have taught me anything, like if I have it in my genes. Okay, so what I am going to do, now I'm improvising, is take these beans and I'm going to steam them until they're tender. And if not, I'm sure you can boil them, but I have a steamer that I'm going to fill a pot with water, put the steamer insert in, and I'll be right back. So the idiots in our government want to ban gas stoves. I will tell you something. If you have an electric top stove, they suck. And things are going to actually taste like shit in the future when all the gas stoves are actually banned. As a matter of fact, the reason why we have this is because I'm a burn survivor. My husband doesn't actually trust me around gas. I caught fire, believe it or not. I went on fucking fire like Richard Pryor. I really did. True story. And I ended up in the burn ward for a long time, over a month, multiple burn operations, skin grafts, the whole 9, because I was making spaghetti. So let's just hope, well, we don't have a gas stove, boys and girls. So let's just hope I don't catch on fire like Richard Pryor this time. So with that being said, okay, I'm a fake Italian. All right. What my great-grandmother would have called an Americano. You Americano. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to throw the beans in there. We got the boiling water, boiling on the stupid electric, glass top stove. Those things suck. Seriously, if you're a serious person that's into culinary, you know what I mean by that. All right, so we'll get the beans tender, and now we're going to get the sauce out. Unfortunately, it's going to be jarred sauce. I'm definitely an Americano. Like, what did she say? She called us stupid Americanos. No, I'm only kidding. She didn't say that. Look at that. Isn't that a nice? We're going to put the top on, and now we're going to get our sauce out. Yes, can't you tell we're Americans? And so I'm going to get my favorite sauce out, and it's called Victoria. Okay, I was told I'm not allowed to use this frying pan from my husband. He banned me from using it, but I threw 1 Victoria sauce in here, and I'm going to put the heat on medium, and I'm going to put another half of this Victoria marinara in here. So that's going to be 60 ounces of sauce. So I'm going to throw a little extra virgin olive oil in here. I'm not going to cut up or dice onions or garlic or anything like that. You can do that. I, believe it or not, don't like too much garlic or onions. Just going to put a little bit of this in. It might make the sauce bitter. This is an issue. So to make the sauce less acidy, what I'm going to do is, you're going to think this is like insane, but I'm going to put a little bit of milk in there. Let me just smell it first to make sure it's not sour. It smells a little odd. What's today? Oh no, it's supposed to be good till August 10th. We're in July. All right. All right, so I'm going to just put a little bit of cream in here, right? And then we're going to also add the pasta water at the end. When the pasta is done being boiled, we take ladles fulls of the starch water and pop that in here with this. So with that being said, we got the olive oil, we got a little milk. We're going to put, yes, you're going to think this is crazy, we're going to put some Pecorino Romano cheese in here. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. And if it'll come out, that would be like really splendid. Okay, so here comes some Pecorino. Yes, it's insane, and it's an insane amount, but it's going to melt into the sauce. Then we're going to put a little salt and pepper. So we got some pepper going on here. Oh shit. Okay, I think I put too much. No biggie. I like a lot of pepper. Salt and pepper here and we're effective. Wait, I can't do that song. Salt and pepper here and we're in effect. Want you to push it, babe. Okay, yeah, I'm not a good rapper. All right, we got some salt. Next, you're going to do another insane thing, and you're going to see. Okay, we're going to dump butter in here. And you're like, this isn't Italian peasant stew. This is heart attack stew. Yes, it is heart attack stew. You live only once, right? All right, next we got to get the herbs. Okay, so while the heart attack stew is simmering, usually do this at the end, but I just like that extra like flavor, like the basil juice just like seeping through the sauce. And I'm just gonna toss it in there. There we go. Now we got our oregano, right? And it's gonna make the sauce acidy. That's why I put the butter in there. It gives it a bit of taste. All right, so we're just gonna take our fingernail and just, it's hard, and just like go like that. You don't want to break off the stem, so you're just gonna try your best. My fingers are like slippery with butter. And I don't want to get the top part because it has a flour on it. Okay. And let's keep going. Okay. That should be enough. I was going to do a third, but yeah, it's going to be too herby. Then you want to take your spatula and you want to mix this around. The beans are starting to steam. I could hear it. I'm going to lower the heat just a little bit soon. Now we want to get our pasta cooking. We want to start getting our pasta cooking. Now, unfortunately, the burners in the back, this is why you don't get a glass top stove. Unfortunately, the burners in the back are small. And, I mean, I could push the beans to the back. Maybe I'll do that. But these stoves suck. What brand is this? Whirlpool. Do not get this. Sometimes it takes 30 minutes for a pot of pasta water to boil. I kid you not. Now look, all the butter and everything's melting, the cheese, everything's melting into this stew or whatever you want to call it, sauce. Unfortunately, no real tomatoes. You know, just, oh, it's dripping all over the fucking place. Do not do this at home. And yeah, we're going to have like a total, yeah, this is going to really destroy glass top stove. It crusts up. It's a pain in the ass to clean off. I hate these electric glass top stoves. Oh my God. I'm going to taste the sauce, by the way. I'm going to lick the spoon. Nobody's here. If the husband's not here, I could lick the spoon while nobody's looking. Oh yeah. Let's see. Is it bitter? No, not really bitter. The cream and the butter took care of that. It sopped up the acid. All right, good. All right, don't tell anyone I licked the spoon, you tattletalers. You know what happens to rats, right? Snitches get stitches. Okay, I'm going to guarantee you that this pot of pasta water is going to take 30 minutes to boil on this piece of crap. Yeah. All right, so with that being said, you got to keep checking the sauce and stirring the sauce, right? You can stew this for hours if you want to. That's actually preferable. And so we got a little bit of a burl going. And so I'm just going to mix it up. Just keep mixing around. Then I'm going to lick the spoon. What's not better than licking the damn spoon, right? So as we get our, I don't even know if I have pasta. Imagine this shit. I started making this and there's no pasta. I would freaking die. All right, so I'm going to lick the spoon, see if it's acidy. No. Oh, it's so good. Oh my God, is it so good? Oh yeah. We just made the Victoria sauce taste that much better. Oh yeah. Okay. I know you guys are grossed out. I did lick the spoon. Okay. Don't tell my husband. Don't tell my husband. He actually watches sometimes. If you're watching this, I'm so sorry. All right, we're going to have to lower the heat just a tad bit. We'll put it on 4. Okay, there we go. Shameless plug for a company that's not going to give me 1 shekel. Barilla. That's the only pasta I use. I like my pasta al dente. I like it made with real semolina. And Barilla is the only pasta. I don't care if it's $1 more a box. I don't care if it's $3 more a box. This is the best pasta. Well, dried pasta. Besides the fresh pasta that you can get in an Italian delicatessen. Did I say delicatessen? That's like so 70s. Deli. You know what I mean? Or an Italian specialty shop. Yeah, Barilla for now. And we got a whole 2 pounds of this, and this is all that's left in my house. And I'm getting nervous in the service. And yeah, when you're an Italian and you're running low on pasta, it's a moment to be nervous. Okay, so I'm going to put 1.5 pounds when this damn water finally boils. This is going on for about 25 minutes, and we got nothing. Nothing. And the beans that were steaming, remember how nice and fast they were steaming? When I moved it to the back burner, we barely got a steam going on now. So yeah, don't listen to the government. The government are a bunch of assholes. Do not listen to the government. Do not buy your gas stoves now before they actually ban them. And then you're screwed. And then you got to put up with this shit. So when you stick your fork in the bean and it just breaks like that, taste it. 3 more minutes. It's still a little chewy. All right, and then you're gonna. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking with a mouthful. That's rude. And then, oh shit, I forgot to stir the sauce. I need to lick the spoon. And yeah, so you want to like make sure those beans are cooked a little bit more, because you're gonna have it stew in this whatever it is, this concoction. And yeah, the bean was not cooked. Oh my God, it was in there for about 11 minutes so far, steaming on full blast, and it's still not, okay, got another 3 more minutes and I'll check it. Now I'm going to lick the spoon. It is now 35 minutes into the boiling of the water, and we don't even have a boil yet. Look at this. Okay, again, screw the government. Do not get glass top electric stoves, because it will take you like 45 minutes to boil water. Oh, it's a Christmas miracle. All right, got to throw the salt in. Okay, it's heart attacks too. Oh, miracle of miracles. Now we got a real boil. After I put the salt in, I'm going to put about 1.5 pounds in here. I want leftovers for tomorrow. All right, is this 1.5 pounds? I'll just put in a little more for safety reasons. Okay, all right, so this is going to have to now it has to get to a boil again. Timer is going off the beans. Now I got to do the beans. Let me just hit the timer. Yeah, look at this shit. Okay? This is why electric stoves suck. All right, the beans look about done. Now, I'm only going to put enough for 1 serving for just tonight into this, because I'll tell you why. If you want to have leftovers tomorrow, and then you package the rest of it up, and you put it like in a container, this will be all soggy, like completely mush tomorrow, and it'll taste like shit if you reheat it. So this is just enough for me for tonight. If you're cooking for more people, you want to dump all the green beans in. Now we have green beans also for tomorrow that are already cooked, and then I can just like incorporate it in there. All right, so what I want to do is mix this through. Okay, so we're gonna mix this through. This is a peasant pasta stew, whatever the hell you want to call it. All right. And then we're going to wait until the pasta boils, right? When the pasta is done boiling, we're going to get 3 ladlefuls of starch water. You want that white stuff in here. And maybe 4. I might even put 4 ladlefuls. And then we want to dump the pasta that's almost totally cooked. I'm not going to cook it completely. So if it says 12 minutes... Oh, shit, I forgot to put the timer on. Shit. Okay, hold on. Timer's on for the pasta. I'm going to put it in like about a minute before it's fully cooked. Then we're going to dump it in here and then stir it for about another 5 or 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, so now your pasta's done. You're going to get your ladles full of starch. And you're just going to make this that much more unhealthy. And the more unhealthy it is, actually, the better it tastes. Let me get a third. I want to get like all that white stuff. 3, and let's just go for a 4th. Why not, right? Make it more starchy. I like my sauce watery. I'm very odd. Okay, and I always wondered why Italians call this stuff gravy. Like, I don't know, that's so cringe. Like, when I was a kid growing up, they'd be like, I'm making the gravy, I'm making the gravy. And I'm like, it's not freaking gravy. All right, the pasta's done. I had to drain it. I was going to actually have it stew in here, but I decided not to. You can do that. It tastes much better. I just can't wait. I got to eat now. And so we got some beans in here. We had all our stuff actually sitting here simmering, so it makes the sauce taste better. All right, let's get our plate. Let's plate up. All right, so I put some pasta on my plate. Now what I want to do is gather the beans up that I already threw in this pot. And I want to just take them by the tongs and dump them on top of my pasta. And I'm just going to keep doing this. And I just made a lot of work for myself. I got some fresh basil. You can see the fresh basil going on there, I think. And so I'm going to get my beans on top of there with the tongs. Here we go. Just park them right on top, right? Right on top of that pasta plate. I'm going to keep doing this, and then I'm going to grab as many herbs as I can. I can still grab more from my garden. So once you pile your beans, you gather all your beans together. Remember, if you're just eating for one and you just made a lot of beans, don't put them all in the sauce, because the next day it'll taste like total shit. You're going to ladle your sauce onto the rest of your pasta. And then this is what your beautiful meal will look like after you sprinkle enough more, artery hardening Locatelli cheese on it. Locatelli brand Parmesan or Pecorino Romano cheese. And boom. Okay, so I hope, I just tasted it. It is out of this world. Okay, so this is Heart Attack Peasant New York style Italian stew pasta. I don't know what the hell you call this. Napoli style. And so there you go. Look at all this freshness. Let's the steam's coming up. Look at that. Fresh from the garden. Except for the pasta and the sauce. Thanks for watching. See you guys all soon, and so long.